Right now, something important is discussed. A trusted global energy system is quietly failing beneath everyone's awareness. The structure powering modern civilization appears stable, yet deep cracks are spreading where almost nobody is watching. What if oil is no longer the true king of energy, only a fading illusion of control? Ow. What if the future replacing oil depends on a resource already slipping away irreversibly? This question is disturbing because it threatens electrification, economies, national security, and everyday life simultaneously. The metal at the center of this threat is not lithium, uranium, or oil itself. It is silver, hiding in plain sight while treated as expendable and unimportant. Every plan to replace fossil fuels secretly depends on silver functioning perfectly at scale. Remove silver, and the promised energy transition slows, then stops entirely across industries. That contradiction has been forming silently for decades, dangerously underestimated by governments and markets. Long before electronics existed, silver represented power, trust, and sovereignty across ancient empires. It was money itself, the backbone of trade, taxation, and military expansion worldwide. Rome debased silver to survive short-term pressures, accelerating collapse instead of stability. Spain flooded markets with silver and ignited inflation across Europe for generations. Britain quietly controlled silver flows to finance global dominance and imperial expansion. Silver was never decorative. It was always structural to power and control. The 20th century rewrote rules and deliberately erased silver's monetary role. Gold survived the transition, while silver was intentionally pushed aside and forgotten. Governments sold reserves, citizens stopped hoarding, and strategic attention vanished completely. The world was told silver no longer mattered strategically in modern systems. That decision created a blind spot defining today's unfolding crisis. Industry moved quietly and began consuming silver instead of storing it safely. Photography absorbed it first, then electronics, medicine, weapons, and communication systems. Silver was used, scattered, and lost rather than preserved for future needs. Demand grew slowly at first, hidden inside broader industrial expansion. Then oil was declared the enemy, and electrification became the global salvation plan. Renewable energy exploded worldwide, and silver demand accelerated violently and relentlessly. Solar panels require silver for efficient, reliable electrical conductivity. Electric vehicles contain far more silver than combustion cars ever did historically. Data centers depend on silver to manage heat and signal integrity. Demand surged rapidly, but supply remained rigid and dangerously slow to respond. Silver mining cannot scale quickly because most silver is a byproduct metal. Higher prices cannot instantly increase silver production across mining operations. This rigidity is structural, not temporary, political, or easily solved. Oil scarcity raises supply responses. Silver scarcity creates paralysis instead. There is no true substitute matching silver's performance at industrial scale. Financial markets mask danger through paper silver trading and derivatives. Futures contracts created synthetic abundance detached from physical reality entirely. More silver was sold on paper than physically existed anywhere. The illusion survived only while physical delivery was ignored. Eventually, industry demanded real silver, not promises or contracts. This was the breaking point most people never noticed unfolding. Year after year, global silver consumption exceeded total mining output. Strategic stockpiles were quietly depleted and never meaningfully replaced. Deficits became permanent rather than cyclical or temporary shortages. Without silver, renewable projects faced delays, cancellations, and redesigns. Grid expansions slow down, and electrification timelines slip repeatedly. These failures appear as cost overruns and missed targets publicly. Governments blame inflation, logistics, or labor shortages instead. The material constraint remains conveniently unspoken and politically avoided. Silver has become the choke point of modern energy systems. Markets still price silver like jewelry, not critical infrastructure. History shows mispriced essentials always correct violently and suddenly. Oil shocks and rare earth crises followed identical warning patterns. Silver now fits that historical template with frightening precision. The stakes are higher because energy systems themselves are involved. Recycling silver cannot scale fast enough to close growing deficits. Recovering silver from electronics is slow, costly, and inefficient. Substitutes degrade performance and increase long-term system costs significantly. Innovation still requires silver to function at all. There is no clean escape from this dependency reality. Defense planners quietly reassess supply chain security behind closed doors. Energy strategists discover the real bottleneck is silver. The unglamorous metal nobody planned for now controls outcomes. History repeats when leaders assume future abundance will continue. Above-ground inventories shrink, while demand accelerates relentlessly worldwide. Paper markets continue masking physical scarcity from public view. This is how systems fail quietly, through denial and delay. Energy is no longer just fuel, but material control. Control materials, and you control the future of power. Ignore them, and promises collapse under physical reality. Silver may become energy's true king through necessity alone. Not because it produces power, but because it enables everything. This reframes energy, economics, and geopolitical power structures globally. First takeaway: materials decide outcomes, not ideology or promises. Second takeaway: silver is infrastructure, not decoration or speculation. Third takeaway: mispricing essentials guarantees disruption and instability. Corrections arrive suddenly and redistribute power on global scales. The warning is simple, serious, and deeply uncomfortable. Ignoring silver risks stalling the entire energy transition dangerously. This stall would arrive when dependency is highest globally. The final question remains deliberately unanswered for now. When the world realizes silver is the bottleneck, will enough remain?